A pirate's life is a wonderful life for rolling it.
No.
Well, you're no fun. Fine, I guess we'll just start the episode. Hi, everybody. I am Chuck.
And I'm Bo.
I did it on purpose. What was your excuse?
You just went with playing a role, sir. What are you doing?
Yeah, it was so fucking funny.
We'll never do that.
No, we'll never do it again. It was great. I'm Bo.
And I'm Chuck.
And welcome back to Kentucky Fried Chronology.
Where this week...
Pirates. Well, specifically a pirate. One pirate.
And honestly, looking like... Because I didn't really do a whole lot of pirate history.
I didn't know a whole lot of Assassin's Creed and that TV show is about all I knew about him. I put him in the hat because I liked his name.
And I heard he was the guy he was the pirate that stole everyone's hats. Yes, that's true. We'll get to that later.
The same story.
Yeah.
All right. Should we quit teasing them? Who are we talking about?
We are talking about Benjamin Hornigold.
Cool name.
It is. I had to look it up.
He's horny for gold.
It wasn't something they made up for that. It's apparently an actual English surname.
Yeah, I know, but in our modern time, you see it and it's like a pirate named Hornigold. It's like he's horny for gold. Makes sense. It's a pirate stripper. It's a stripper name. He almost choked.
So
the real guy. Tell me something about the real guy.
And for a pirate, he lived a pretty interesting life. Kind of short. Died at 38.
I didn't do the math. I just saw that he wasn't a pirate for very long, like 5 years.
Yeah, he because he took the we'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
He wasn't actually a pirate, but he actually did a lot of piracy. He was privateer, which was...
He started as a privateer. He can say whatever he wants. He can say whatever he wants. He was a fucking pirate.
Pretty much.
He was a full-blooded privateer during the Spanish War of Succession, right? Because Britain didn't really have much of a navy, so they're like, well, if we hand out a bunch of pieces of paper to a bunch of dudes and tell them to go raid, we'll kind of just have a ready-made navy, right?
Yeah, it's one of those.
So Hornigold took one of these.
While we build our own navy to fight their navy, we need to have something that'll mess with their shipping.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just see if a bunch of out-of-work guys are willing to do some work for us.
Letters of marque.
And give them letters of marque, which means you...
as long as they're Spanish or Spanish-allied ships, you're not going to get in trouble with England.
Yeah, you won't get in trouble with England.
If Spain captures you, you're fucked.
And you are kind of required, I think it's 20% of the loot that you take, you got to send back somehow.
Oh, I think there were
they changed it after a little
sanctioned ports that you could go to. Like Port Royal was one.
Yeah.
You could show up, show them your letter of marque, and you could unload all your cargo. Because a lot of times pirates didn't steal treasure; it was flour and grain, silk, wood and coal, resources that people in the Caribbean needed. So they would take it, sell it for cheaper, and make a profit. And so would the crown, and everybody was happy. And this is the world that Hornigold got his start in, right? It's a nice business model.
Yeah.
And I think that's important for what he does later, is he learned this kind of like piracy can be sustainable, but you got to be smart about it.
Don't be greedy. Don't go too big.
Yeah, don't just fucking massacre the crews and stuff.
Yeah, that's one of those.
Hornigold was... how they called Stede Bonnet the gentleman pirate, even though if you look into his history, he's kind of a joke. Yeah, which is why that show is really funny. Did you ever see the
Black Sails?
Our Flag Means Death? Did you ever see it? It's a comedy. It's fucking hilarious.
No,
Stede Bonnet and Blackbeard end up having a gay relationship, and it's super funny, dude.
That's one of those things. Yeah. Because
long time out at sea.
Well, no,
boat.
it wasn't that. It was
the Navy.
It wasn't really that. It
Come
was
sail
more.
the seven seas.
It was more. Christian. You know how Christianity kind of comes and goes in waves. There was a big revival at the time, so everybody's really cracking down on the "don't be gay" in society. So a lot of
during the Victorian times, really?
I know it's a bit shocking.
Surprise.
But basically, that
like even regular women, they're like, we're gonna layer you in 9 layers of fucking fabric and cinch you in this corset with the big bustle and a hat and a veil and
never
gloves
mind all them gentlemen visitors
and all at the same time. And at the same time, it's 98 degrees with 100% humidity because you live in Louisiana. Yeah. Those poor bitches. Yeah. No wonder fainting spells were like such a common thing among Southern women back then. It's like, well, you dressed them up like Eskimos. What the fuck did you expect?
Probably had nothing to drink since lunch but bourbon and whiskey. Anyway.
Bourbon and lemonade, thank you. They're sophisticated ladies. Or a nice mint julep.
Something only mildly alcoholic.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're off topic here.
I don't know. Same time period.
What were you saying about pirates?
That they're awesome.
Oh, yeah, they were, but they were also a little bit more often than not. It was basically the only job back then, very loosely, where they wouldn't care too much if you were gay. So, yeah, pirates being gay that's one of those things I'm going to take grains of salt sometimes, but not as many, because that one's a little bit more believable.
Again, bunch of dudes on a ship for months at a time.
It's one of those, hey, we're all...
I'm not saying...
By the time most people became pirates, they were already criminals in trouble with the crown anyway, so...
What's a bit of buggery, right?
Oh, God, no, not that. That's not what I meant.
That is the legal term for it during the time. Buggery.
We're getting off topic again. Anyway, so...
Are you a buggerer of boys?
Ew, God, no. He lost.
It's a good thing it's a good thing we're not monetized. This episode would immediately get. No, I'm not doing that. There ain't nothing.
Anyway,
we didn't say anything bad. We weren't like, ew, gay people. We were just like, they probably were, but we don't have it. Pirates didn't write shit down.
So yeah, we didn't write shit. They didn't write shit down. Anyway, all I know, shoot, what was the name of his ship that he was first captain of? Because the one they committed a mutiny on. Which I think was hilarious for the reason why.
The only ship I remember that he had that he named was the Benjamin, because he's that guy. Of course, I named a ship after myself. I'm Captain Benjamin Hornigold.
I know he had one called the Ranger.
I think, yeah, that sounds familiar. I know when he first started, like after the War of Spanish Succession, he goes to Jamaica. Picks up some boys and you know what a Pequot is? Mm-mm. It's like a giant canoe and a trireme had a baby. It's oared and sailed.
Editing Bo, please.
I'll put a picture.
Yeah, because I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, him and some boys. They took like 2 or 3 of these and started raiding ships off the coast of Jamaica, and then went over to Nassau, however you want to say it.
They say Nassau in the show, in the game.
Yeah. Nassau. Nismo. But they go over there. And Nassau used to be a British colony that they've kind of neglected because during the war it kind of changed hands like 3 times.
Didn't go so well for Nassau, did it?
But it is a really good spot to raid shipping lanes and stuff. And it's got this big port so you can hide from storms and stuff. So Hornigold's like, well, this is perfect. There's no real power here. There's a local governor, but like he's kind of hiding off in the wilderness, like off on the other side of the island on his plantation because he can't really control anything. So Hornigold and his boys, the Flying Gang, as they're called, they kind of take over Nassau, and they're like, all right, we're gonna do the piracy bit. If you need a safe port to repair your ship, unload your cargo, come here. But there's some rules, right? Like, you can't fucking just go around murdering people and all this stuff. So yeah, he builds like this.
You have to be somewhat civilized.
He builds like this like little community of pirates and stuff, and it's all like democracy and free trade. It's really nice at first, but the governor guy, I can't remember his name. He tries to take this town back, but loses a fight with Hornigold and his dudes.
I watched the show.
Yeah, that's actually kind of
It's
true.
not. It's one of those.
It's not as badass as in the show.
Well,
It's
of
only
course,
like 50. It's only like 50 guys, and like they take a couple of shots, and the governor's dudes are like, "Fuck this," and he has to leave. So him and his family fuck off. So it's just Hornigold in control, and he names himself the Protector of Nassau, and it turns into this great pirate haven where this is where all your great pirates come to do their shit. Blackbeard, Sam Bellamy, Stede Bonnet, like we mentioned, Charles Vane, fuck, what's his name? It's so awesome. I love his name.
Also,
Jack Rackham, Calico Jack.
Also, this is stuff like this is partially the reason why we chose this guy instead of Blackbeard. Blackbeard technically had a more illustrious career, but this is his Mr. Miyagi. This is the guy that taught him everything he knows.
Shut up. I saw that too in several places, that he was Blackbeard's mentor and they worked together for years, and then
I kept finding that in several places.
But then again, I found just as many references to they worked together a couple of times on a couple of raids, the biggest one being when they captured the Concorde, which Hornigold.
Ship, wasn't it?
No, it was the one that ended up being the Queen Anne's Revenge.
Oh, the one they changed.
Yeah, so
that was a big cargo ship, wasn't it?
I think a lot of him being Blackbeard's mentor comes from the grand history of piracy in the Caribbean. It was written in the 1720s, like shortly after all the pirates had kind of been killed. Like Blackbeard's dead, Hornigold's dead.
Yeah,
I think Stede Bonnet's dead. Like Charles Vane's dead by that point. So I think that story comes from that. But there's no actual, like, again, pirates didn't write shit down, so we don't have Hornigold's diary like, man, Edward Teach, he's my fucking guy. I'm going to teach him everything I know, and he's going to succeed me as pirate king of Nassau and shit, like the stories say. But I don't know. It could go either way. They hate that when you find conflicting fucking resources.
Yes, but I'm glad. But
especially an equal number. That's what bothered me the most. I found just as many references to them not being mentor and mentee to them being that. I don't know the other way to phrase it.
Yeah.
So, like, if it was like I had like 4 references to like, yeah, he was this teacher and all this other shit, and then one of him being like, I could probably ignore that one, right?
Yeah, that's somebody saying.
But it was pretty 50-50.
Somebody telling a story there.
Yeah.
This one, I'm thinking behind this. It's one of those. It's kind of like the Emperor Hirohito being a bro thing. I'm thinking it might be a little column A, a little column B.
Yeah.
It seemed like every time Blackbeard had an encounter with Blackbeard, didn't have a whole lot of encounters with him, but every time he did, he came out knowing something more than he did last time. That could be something believable.
I think that Teach showed up to Nassau, saw Hornigold, the guy in charge, went like, I'm going to work for that guy for a little bit, pick up some shit,
get my bearings.
Couple months maybe that they worked together, and then Blackbeard, being just a great ass pirate,
gets his own
was ship. Like, I'm good. I'm going to go on. I mean, we captured this big ship. You let me have it, I'm going to fuck off and pirate North Carolina for a little while. And Hornigold was like, all right, bet, brother, have fun. Yeah, if you need help, come find me. There was no heat, which I like that. No matter what source I looked into, it seemed an amicable split. Like they were like, see, brother,
later. Yeah, makes sense.
But so everything's great. Nassau's thriving. All the pirates are having a great fucking time. But then a new crop of pirates starts showing up. Like, not the ones who started with Hornigold and understood how it worked at Nassau.
The radical ones.
Yeah, the Charles Vanes, the Black Roberts.
The ones that were never going to take a pardon because they were never going to be able to settle down.
Yeah, those guys, they start showing up and start bringing a lot of heat down on the port, right? And to the point where England is like, all right, this has to be fucking dealt with. So they send a guy, a privateer. He's a hard ass motherfucker. Got his face shot and swallowed part of his jawbone and didn't even realize it until he shit it out later and looked at the doctor and was like, what the fuck is that? hard man, right? So they send him
hardcore.
Yeah,
Who is that guy?
Tom Jennings. Thomas Jennings. They send him down with like 200 guys and a couple ships to deal with Nassau. He shows up, and Hornigold's only got like 100 guys with him, so he kind of
runs him off.
No, not really. He kind of like Jennings shows up, and he's like, "Man, you got a pretty sweet fucking racket going here. I want in." So he starts kind of like on the slide, being like, "Yeah, England, I'm totally dealing with the pirates. You know, like I got it totally under control." But he's like on the other side, pirating himself.
Nice.
So that goes on for a little while until England is finally just like, "Look, you have to deal with the pirates. You can't. We know you're pirating.
We know
you're gonna stop that bullshit, but you need to deal with the other pirates." And he's like, "Okay, I got an idea. What if we pardon them? And that'll deal with it. It will make them feel legitimized and all this other stuff." And a lot of pirates take it, including our boy Captain Hornigold,
because he seems like he's
he's betrayed the cause. Exactly. The OG, the godfather of piracy. No,
this is where the big schism happens.
I'll get into why I think he did in a minute, but he takes the king's pardon.
I really want to go play Black Flag again now.
Right?
It's been so long.
After he takes the king's pardon, not really qualified for anything else, so he takes to hunting down his former brothers of piracy.
Because he knew them all well.
First mission he gets handed, he's got to go after Charles Vane, because he was one of the first ones who was like, fuck the pardon. And him and some of his boys stole a ship, ran the blockade that the British had set up outside of Nassau, and fucking ran. So Hornigold goes after him and chases him through a fucking hurricane, but Vane gets away. He never catches Charles Vane. He dies a few years later in probably another storm or something.
Charles Vane?
Yeah, but Hornigold never catches him.
Know.
So
I know how Hornigold dies. But
so Hornigold has to be like, well, I mean, I gotta have something.
You gotta bring something.
So he starts going after the minor pirates, like the easy ones. He doesn't go after like Sam Bellamy or Charles Vane again. Like he says he is. He's like, I'm looking for him.
You want to pick away?
I'll find him. But he gathers up a bunch of like minor pirates, like literally nobody worth. They didn't write their names down, but he was a rather successful pirate hunter. And
also, I checked the reward that you would have gotten, like converted to $2023.
2026, but okay.
That's most updated.
It's most updated one you can find.
Most updated currency figures. So yeah, it's probably worth a little bit less because fuck inflation. Jesus Christ. Anyway, converted to that, it was, I think, 200 grand for a captain's bounty. But
is that just the crew or
just the captain?
No.
But
I thought like it was included, like I get to sell the ship too.
No, this is one of those. This is the reward you got from the crown for the captain, but his lieutenants, it was like $40K.
Like in modern money,
like $42,000.
Fuck yeah, I'd do it.
But it was like $7 grand.
I wonder how much you would have got if you'd have actually caught Vane.
I have no idea.
We'll get to him. He's in the pot.
Oh, Charles Vane?
He's a fucking butcher, isn't he?
He's one of those definitely Count Dankula mad lads, but like evil mad lads.
We almost skipped. Lads. We're almost at the end of Hornigold's career and shit, and we totally skipped over the hat.
The hat, yeah.
Tell the hat.
The hat story. Well, okay.
We'll go back a little bit when he was still a pirate.
Him and the lads, they were. This was shortly after the mutiny, which didn't even say the mutiny. He got mutinied on basically because
it wasn't a mutiny. He kind of got voted out because he's
technically a mutiny. Because mutiny.
That's not a mutiny. It was a vote.
That's Hollywood. You're thinking of what Hollywood thinks of as a mutiny.
I'm thinking of like a British, like a mutiny on the Bounty.
Yeah, where it ends with him dead. No, mutiny doesn't always end that way. Sometimes it ends with we've lost. It's kind of a vote of no confidence for Chancellor Valorum. they can vote you out of the captain's chair,
Nice.
which means you lose your extra pay that you would as a captain. Captains
You're
get
just
paid.
part of the crew again.
You're just a crew member
That
again.
explains why you fucked off after that.
But here's the thing: you're not. They don't whip you unless you fucked up bad. They didn't whip or punish you. You were just demoted, which was enough of a punishment.
That's why I don't feel like we should call it a mutiny, because I mean, modern context confuses the issue.
Yeah, he got voted out of. Essentially, he got demoted back to crew by the crew, which.
Tell him why.
Because he tried to keep his contract and actually not go after English shipping.
Not even that he was trying to keep his contract.
Hornigold, so that they could actually say
Hornigold never ever called himself a pirate.
He was always
he was a loyal British citizen who was fighting for king and country. He only attacked Spanish, French, and he wouldn't attack. He wouldn't Portuguese. I think he'd attack Portuguese ships, but he wouldn't attack anyone British or Dutch ships.
Yeah, because they were allied.
Right, and that's because there's a lot of loot. There's a lot of good loot on British ships, so his crew kind of turned on him. They're like, "No, we're tired of seeing the fat British and Dutch ship. Yeah,
ships go away when we can't." Yeah. All
right. Well, that's the mutiny. Tell them
that's the reason they mutinied. So anyway, they all get drunk,
like pirates do,
as pirates tend to do, and they decide, for whatever reason, that tossing their hats overboard is just the most hilarious thing ever.
See, drunk people are the furthest.
I'm guessing so. They wake up the next day, sunburns on their heads.
And faces.
And they're like, okay, so literally
we need hats.
The first ship they come across, not an English one, because again, this
French.
Hornigold was still in charge at the time. So
it was like French. They had nice French hats for a little while.
They captured a French ship, took all of their hats, left. I don't think.
Oh, they took their doctor too because they needed a doctor.
I didn't.
You didn't know that part? Like they took the doctor, right? And then
but also funny.
And then something else happened later with that doctor, where like the French wanted him back, and the doctor didn't want to go, so they fired on the French ship, and was like, "Don't worry, brother, you don't have to go back. You're one of us now."
Being a Frenchman's so bad they chose being.
Well, wouldn't you be upset if you were a Frenchman?
No,
sorry, France. Oof. It's any chance I can take.
Any chance.
They give it to us just as bad. I've seen French YouTube.
Right? I know, right?
They don't like us.
Not a single.
Y'all think I don't like France? Fuck, go talk to a Frenchman about us.
So yeah, they stole the Frenchman's hats because hilarity, because it was funny.
Because we needed hats, man. And he was a perfect gentleman. Thanked the captain.
Yeah.
They didn't even take any of their shit. They just literally just the hats and the doctor because somebody was sick.
They didn't take any of their loot, not even their guns and ammo.
I want the captain's fucking log on that day. Just like, well, pirates showed up and stole my fucking hat. My mother gave me that hat. It was a gift. Bastard. It was Chinese silk and a lovely peacock feather.
So how did the Pirate Republic, because it was a republic technically, how did it meet its end?
It met its end because all of the pirates brought too much heat down on it, and the pardons fucking killed, like most of the real. It split them in half. So like all the real pirates were pretty much on the run from that point on. No safe harbor to go back to.
Right.
Nowhere to unload their shit, so they got more violent, which brought more heat down on them. Yeah. So eventually, you have like what happened to Blackbeard. You have like 2 British man of war ships fucking cornering his one tiny ship.
No, it wasn't tiny. It was
compared to a British man of war with like 200 Marines on it. Yes, it is tiny.
Oh shoot!
And here's 2 of those at this fight.
She had no chance.
No chance whatsoever. But he died like a fucking bastard.
He ran
shot 6 times, stabbed 20, spit in the dude's face right before they cut his head off.
Nice.
I don't know if that's true. I've just heard. I want it to be true.
We do.
Right? Also, well, it's in that dude's memoirs. The guy who did it.
He had the flintlock. You know what I'm talking about? Or not the flintlock, the matchlock matches in his beard.
Yeah, so he would smoke and
Yeah,
look evil and shit.
It's one of those. Other than
They lit
other than what they say,
again. I don't know if it's true, but when they hung when they hung Blackbeard's head from the rafters, that guy, being an asshole, lit the matches to be like, yeah, see, look how scary you are, you son of a bitch. England for the win.
I know, right? England gets to win this one.
But
the constantly downtrodden British Empire finally gets a win.
Finally gets a win. No, those poor fucks. They deserved it, really. Like, it was a long time coming.
God's underdogs, as it were.
Yeah.
Which, to the British Empire.
Except tea. Some tea and crumpets.
We're gonna get, if we ever get over, we're gonna catch heat for that one.
We're gonna catch heat from everybody because we talk shit about everybody. It's a
upside of being an American. We get to do
this podcast is rated E for everyone. You're all gonna fucking get some.
It's like South Park. We'll get you eventually. If
ain't nobody safe.
If we don't get you, it's because we don't think
you're relevant. If we don't rip you, we don't like you.
Or no, if we don't rip you, we don't know you well enough. We don't think you're relevant.
You don't register enough for us to give a fuck.
You're not on the radar.
So. Tanzania. I'm just kidding. Is that even still a country?
Yeah. As far as I
There's
know.
Tanganyika.
Tanganyika. Yeah, that's what the Germans called their colonies. I think it's Tanzania now.
We'll never recognize Tanganyika.
German Empire died with the Kaiser. Anyway, way off topic. Thanks, Buffalo Trace.
Good Buffalo. Nice Buffalo.
Indeed. This sidetrack brought to you by Buffalo Trace Bourbon.
No. Sponsor me.
I will
die of liver failure for you.
We will take your sponsorship. We will take your sponsorship.
Do it on camera for Buffalo Trace. I don't think that would be good PR, though. Probably not a good idea. Like, watch me die slowly from drinking fucking Buffalo Trace.
No, let's not. Oh,
I could though, man. It's so good.
Oh, it is. It's man. It's like if we fell out of that stuff.
I have my reasoning. What do you think about Hornigold's supposed betrayal? Of the pirate.
I am a loyal man to king and crown. It's not a betrayal at all. I would have also been a privateer.
Okay, so you're going like he was so loyal to the crown that he was like, I'm not a pirate.
He's not a pirate. I don't know what you're talking about.
I think he was a businessman. I think he was more evil than we're giving him credit for. Like he was a pure capitalist. He started being a pirate because the War of Succession ended and he needed to keep working. So he's like, well, fuck Spain still, so I'm gonna keep doing that. And then he finds this like nice handy dandy little port where like no laws or then people are like it's all squalor. He's like, I can work with this, and he builds up like a little trade empire for himself. And then when the other pirates stop listening to him, about his restraint, don't kill everybody, don't bring too much heat down on the group, we can
make business,
and we can all continue to make money. The second all that stopped and all the other pirates were all doing the whole, no, pirate freedom, anarchy,
fuck the empire.
We can do whatever we want. Then he was like, all right, that's not a lucrative business model. I'm going to move over here.
That's not profitable.
It's not. So I'm going to move over here where I'm going to take the king's pardon. I'm going to keep making money. And after he was a pirate hunter, just to kind of add evidence to my theory of he was just a fucking businessman, the last thing he does is he gets legitimate trade licenses, and he goes off to do real trade, like an actual merchant.
A lot of the other pirates that were the smart ones,
the Hornigold's old cohorts who knew how the shit was actually working.
Yes,
the businessmen.
They did that themselves. There was like 6 or 7 other guys again
who took the pardon.
They weren't as big. But they did basically.
They took the pardon and was like, I'm going to keep working. And now
keep doing this and basically doing what I was doing before, but we're just transporting, not fighting.
Yeah, right. It's like now I have a license and I can do it legit. It's what Hornigold did.
Because a lot of the skills that you need to be a pirate to transport ill-gotten gains secretly and quietly are also
same ones you need.
Skills you'd use to transport them legitimately and quickly.
The only difference is you pay the tax when you get to port. Unlike being a pirate, you just sold it to the lowest bidder.
Or
highest or whatever. You know what I mean? All right, so he was like,
this is one of those kind of
he was hugely successful, right?
I saw this in the shit because I watched because I wanted to do this thing because it's one of those things like the Japanese Yakuza are also doing this similarly, and I want to mention this because it's just kind of when times get bad.
Shouldn't talk about the Yakuza, man.
No.
They watch this stuff.
No. This is great.
I like my pinkies.
They do. They do like random charity work because they know if they do random charity work, because the Pirates did a little bit.
Nassau was a really nice place to live.
Nassau did
for about a year and a half.
Yeah, Nassau didn't suck. And the reason
especially if you were like a tavern or a brothel owner, you made bank.
You knew that if you played by the rules. And oh shit, I lost my train of thought here for a second.
Play by the rules, don't go around murdering everybody. We all benefit, we all make money. And you know what? If we do if we do it long enough, we might actually be able to get recognition from other countries and be an actual republic.
I was thinking they were doing
which I think was what Hornigold was trying to do.
Hornigold, I think, also tried to do a little bit of what the Yakuza tried to do. I remember my point now. He would occasionally do a little bit of charity work because he noticed that no one else was doing it, and that bought him goodwill with the ultra super poor, which, i.e., your cheap messengers, because you didn't have text service back in the day. Yeah. So essentially, be kind of nice to the poor. Essentially, make sure they got enough food to fill their belly that night, and they'll happily be your secret messenger service for a good while. That's one thing I'm really glad the show Black Sails. It's one of those. It doesn't get everything right. It don't.
Well, there's Long John Silver in the show, so
yeah, it fucks it
up. You can
up.
automatically be like, well, this is fiction.
Well, this is fiction.
He's from Treasure Island.
This is fiction. But it did get some of the world building right.
No, the world is great.
It's fucked up, but occasionally criminals will actually do charity work just to buy themselves some goodwill.
There are people, man, and you're going to need them motherfuckers. You're going to need the shop owners and the brothel owners and the
random peasants.
Yeah, you're going to need them motherfuckers. Why do you think that Jennings wasn't able to fully oust Hornigold from Nassau? People wouldn't let him.
Too much.
He's like, I've only got 100 pirates, but I've got 3,000 civilians who are not going to let you run me off. I'm going to fucking take care of the fort and protect the harbor. You protect the town. It's kind of the agreement they came to.
Because they do neither one can push the other
and then
away.
The pardon, and then Hornigold goes off to be a hugely successful trader for the rest of his life. Dies at old age.
38.
Fuck, really?
Yeah. He does not.
No,
well, he goes off.
No, I know how he died. I was just trying to feed it for you.
He does go off to be a hugely successful trader. However, while hunting pirates, because
old habits die hard,
old habits die hard.
It's Vane.
No,
me old nemesis.
That's how the show would have him die in the end. That's how, he would be hunting Vane, but no, he was hunting somebody, and his ship ran aground off. Either hit a shoal or hit some reefs. I'm not sure what a shoal is. I'm not a nautical man. I'm from Kentucky.
I think it's like a sandbar.
Why not just say sandbar?
A shoal sounds better. There's a shoal under me ship. Arr, arr, arr.
Anyway, hits a sandbar, shoal, reef, whatever. Ship goes down. Only 6 men make it. Benjamin Hornigold not among them. The entire crew lost.
I have a competing story.
You do?
I do. Did you? I heard almost the same thing. Crashed onto a desert island, but then they went to escape. Like they built a raft and stuff, and then they just left him on the island because fuck you, this is your fault.
I could see them.
So he died marooned on the little shoal or whatever it was. Is the story I read. So you have competing stories. Which one do you think is true? How do you think Captain Hornigold died?
I don't know.
Write it. Put it in the comments.
My theory is he probably died my way, and the crew made up a much more compelling story to tell people.
Nope.
To brag.
Because it's totally pirate, right? It's like, no, you wouldn't. We have legitimate trade licenses. We're merchants.
We were doing so well.
You couldn't let the pirate shit die. Had to go after whatever the fuck dude's name is. This is your fault. Stay on your island with your broken fucking ship.
Exactly.
We're out.
We're done.
Left him a couple of bottles of rum and a pistol with one shot in it.
Which I know that from the Pirates.
You can't hunt with one shot.
After about 3 days of hunger and thirst, at the end of that barrel starts to look mighty delicious.
Can't eat it. I've tried. You can't eat it. I've tried. You can chew and chew and chew. You just can't get through that metal, man. The wood stock, however, tasty.
Don't you get splinters on the way out?
No, you just keep chewing. You chew. Just keep chewing. You got, like a cow, you chew it for like 20 minutes until it's like real, like paper pulp, and then you can it down. The rum helps.
The rum helps. I imagine so.
Well, you made it dark. I was trying to lighten it up.
Yeah, thanks.
Chuck over here like, oh, the futility of life. And I'm over here, I'm like, I'm a chew on a gun barrel.
I'm gonna try. Oh, we do need to learn this.
I like chocolate bubble gum.
In this episode, on a lighter note, because we draw from the pot of knowing.
Yeah, we're done. We had a good time.
Yeah,
Hornigold died.
Hornigold died. We're not.
He's what pirates should have been.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
he's one of those.
Like, you want like everybody wants to romanticize pirates and shit. I'm like, yeah, but that's kind of this guy, but we don't talk about him because it's because he took the pardon. That's like the only reason.
If considered a betrayal.
Yeah, everybody's like, oh, well, he's just a turncoat. I'm like, no, he's actually probably the realest pirate ever because he knew what piracy was. He knew it was capitalism. And he was a capitalist.
He knew it was a very finite time period for him to act in. And he knew that window was closing. Best to take the pardon when you could.
Right? Well, other people fucked it up, like I said.
Right.
Fucking Charles Vane coming in here and trying to...
Get all bloodthirsty.
Trying to offload fucking bags of flour that are soaked through with blood. And it's like, I can't sell this, man.
So... Time to draw from the pot.
Onward and upward, brother. Reach into the pot.
And next week's subject is, let's see, old and dusty or new and covered in silicon. Old and dusty or new and silicon. Oh, grab 2 bags.
Just one topic.
The mighty 10th Legion.
Yeah!
Caesar's greatest heroes.
Fuck yeah, man. So we're going to do like the entire career? Because I think that's a good couple 100 years. When did they form? I know when they end, but when did they form? Like,
I don't know how they ended. That's all things we're going to find out next week on Kentucky Fried Chronology. I'm Chuck.
I'm Bo.
Go out and learn you something.
Good. We didn't touch this fucking rum at all.
No, we did not. Because
we're terrible pirates.
We are.